Movie The Lost City 2022. Loretta Sage, a brilliant but reclusive romance novelist, spends her days locked away in a cluttered apartment, haunted by the loss of her archaeologist husband and suffocated by deadlines from her demanding publisher. Her best-selling adventure series features a dashing hero named Dash, modeled loosely after the man she loved, and readers devour every melodramatic escape. Alan, the handsome but awkward cover model who portrays Dash on book jackets, desperately wants Loretta to see him as more than a prop. When the duo embarks on a promotional tour for her latest novel, Loretta feels hollow, trapped by the very fantasies she creates. She longs for authenticity, while Alan yearns for adventure and connection. Their awkward chemistry simmers beneath staged smiles, setting the stage for a journey that will blur fiction and reality in spectacular, dangerous, and unexpectedly heartfelt ways. During a glitzy book event, Loretta is abruptly kidnapped by Fairfax, an eccentric billionaire who believes her novels contain clues to an ancient lost city and a priceless crown hidden on a remote island. He whisks her away by helicopter, convinced she can decode the treasure's location. Alan watches in horror as Loretta disappears into the jungle sky, feeling powerless yet determined. Fueled by a sudden surge of bravery, he decides to rescue her, even though he has no combat skills, no survival training, and no plan. He hires a mysterious operative named Jack Trainer, a real-life action hero who seems ripped from Loretta's own stories. Together, they pursue the trail into the wilderness, while Loretta, now captive, uses her wit and literary instincts to stall Fairfax and gather information, hoping help will somehow arrive. Loretta finds herself navigating riddles and ancient maps under Fairfax's watchful eye, using her academic background to interpret symbols carved into ruins. Though frightened, she gains confidence as she realizes she is not just a storyteller but a capable scholar. Fairfax, meanwhile, grows increasingly unhinged, obsessed with beating history itself by claiming the crown. Back on the rescue path, Alan's optimism clashes with Jack's hardened professionalism, creating a comical yet tense partnership. Alan's romantic idealism keeps him moving forward despite constant mishaps, from crashing through jungle foliage to barely surviving dangerous wildlife encounters. Each obstacle tests his resolve, but his devotion to Loretta pushes him onward. As fate draws them closer to the lost city, Loretta and Alan unknowingly follow parallel paths of courage, each discovering hidden strength they never believed they possessed before. The jungle becomes a character of its own, filled with ancient temples, booby traps, and breathtaking landscapes that echo the pages of Loretta's novels. Loretta cleverly delays Fairfax by suggesting alternate interpretations of clues, buying precious time while subtly guiding him away from danger. Alan and Jack, however, are not so lucky, tumbling into perilous ravines and barely escaping ambushes. When Jack is suddenly taken out of the picture in a surprising twist, Alan must face the reality that he is now alone in enemy territory. Fear threatens to overwhelm him, but memories of Loretta's faith in heroes push him to keep going. He embraces the idea that bravery is not about being fearless, but about moving forward despite terror, transforming him from a shy model into a determined rescuer. Loretta and Alan finally reunite in a thrilling yet awkward encounter deep within the ruins, where relief and frustration collide. Their reunion is far from perfect, as they bicker about recklessness and responsibility, yet their bond strengthens through shared danger. Together, they attempt to escape Fairfax's tightening grip, using Loretta's knowledge and Alan's surprising ingenuity. They sneak through crumbling corridors, deciphering inscriptions that reveal the true location of the crown. Along the way, Loretta confronts her grief, realizing she has been hiding behind fiction to avoid pain. Alan confesses that he has always admired her intellect and spirit, not just her fame. These vulnerable moments allow them to connect on a deeper level, turning their partnership into something real, grounded, and emotionally powerful amid the chaos. As Fairfax closes in, Loretta and Alan stumble upon the heart of the lost city, where the legendary crown rests in a fragile chamber threatened by natural decay. Loretta recognizes that disturbing it could destroy everything, but Fairfax is blinded by greed. A dramatic chase unfolds through collapsing tunnels and shifting stone, as ancient mechanisms come alive. Alan, no longer doubting himself, uses clever distractions and sheer determination to keep Fairfax at bay. Loretta races to secure the crown safely, prioritizing preservation over profit. The tension peaks when Fairfax nearly escapes with the treasure, but Alan's courage and Loretta's quick thinking turn the tide. Their teamwork proves that true adventure lies not in riches, but in trust, respect, and the willingness to protect something greater than oneself. With the crown saved and Fairfax defeated, the lost city begins to crumble, forcing Loretta and Alan into a desperate escape. They sprint through falling debris, narrowly avoiding catastrophe as the jungle reclaims its secrets. Once safe, exhaustion and laughter overtake them, releasing all the fear they have held inside. In this quiet aftermath, Loretta feels lighter, as if she has finally stepped out of the shadow of her past. Alan, too, recognizes how much he has grown, no longer defined by superficial fame. They share a tender moment, acknowledging that what they found together is more valuable than any artifact. Their adventure has rewritten their own stories, proving that love and courage can transform even the most unlikely people into heroes of their own lives. Returning to civilization, Loretta faces her publisher and fans with renewed confidence, ready to write not just fantasies but truths drawn from her experiences. Alan supports her, proud of the woman she has become and the partnership they have forged. Media attention swirls around their jungle escapade, turning them into unlikely celebrities. Yet beneath the headlines, they savor the quiet joy of being together. Loretta begins crafting a new novel inspired by their adventure, infusing it with authenticity and humor. Alan, meanwhile, embraces opportunities that allow him to be more than a pretty face, pursuing acting roles that challenge him. Their relationship grows naturally, built on mutual respect and shared memories rather than illusion. What started as a fictional romance has become something far richer and more meaningful in the real world. As time passes, Loretta reflects on how the lost city changed her perspective on grief, love, and creativity. She no longer writes to escape reality but to celebrate it, honoring both her past and her future. Alan continues to prove himself dependable and brave, surprising even himself with his resilience. Together, they navigate fame, work, and personal growth, learning that adventure does not end when the jungle fades. It lives on in everyday choices, in facing fears, and in embracing vulnerability. Their story becomes an inspiration to readers and viewers alike, reminding everyone that ordinary people can find extraordinary strength when it matters most. Through humor, danger, and heartfelt connection, Loretta and Alan have discovered that the greatest treasure is the life they are building side by side. In the end, the Lost City becomes not just a tale of hidden ruins and ancient crowns, but a celebration of rediscovery and second chances. Loretta's journey from isolated writer to fearless adventurer mirrors her emotional healing, while Alan's transformation from timid model to courageous partner proves that heroism can come from the most unexpected places. Their shared adventure rewrites the narrative they once believed about themselves, replacing doubt with possibility. As Loretta pens her next novel, she smiles, knowing that real life has given her stories far more powerful than fiction ever could. Alan stands beside her, ready for whatever comes next. Together, they step into a future filled with laughter, love, and endless adventures, proving that sometimes the greatest stories are the ones we dare to live.